everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Successful Women's TV show. My name is Galit Ventura Rozen. I am co-founder of Everyday Woman TV, and a professional speaker. One of my favorite things to do is to spotlight women from all over the world that are doing amazing things to empower, inspire, and support others. Today, I am really looking forward to interviewing Nikki. Welcome, Nikki.
Thank you. So nice to be here.
I'm going to share a little bit about Nikki, and then we're going to jump right into the topic, which is one that I think is important to discuss. It's not something people usually want to hear about, but sometimes we need to hear about things that we don't want to because it helps us and supports us. We're going to be talking with Nikki Burnett today about how what you eat impacts everything. And I'm going to say it like that because it really does. So a little bit about Nikki. Nikki is a functional nutritionist and health detective. Her personal health struggles led her to become the founder of Taste Life Nutrition and the creator of Soulful Conception, purposeful living for a healthy body, healthy pregnancy, and a healthy baby. With nearly a decade of experience and over 25 years of study, she guides clients by uncovering root causes of dysfunction and offering a strategic path to vibrant health. So needed, Nikki. We all need that. We all want to feel better. We all want to be healthier. I don't know someone that doesn't.
No, even me. We all have the things we want to work on and make better. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that we're doing this, especially because most of those that are listening and watching are women over the age of 35, and some of us are going through fun little things in menopause. Yeah. And so it's fun to talk about these things because a lot of my friends and I are making so many adjustments to things that didn't even impact us years ago. So it'll be fun to kind of talk about all the different stages as well. So take it away. Tell us a little bit more in detail about how what we really impacts everything.
Well, so it's this fascinating concept that, that sort of changed my view of food as I was going through school, is that food is a language, right? And so the nutrients in food literally speaks to our cells and our DNA, tells it what to do, how to express, in our body. When we're eating good, healthy, clean food, our body's like, okay, I got this. I'm ready to go, and I can take care of everything. We can rule the world, right? But if we're eating food that is, full of pesticides and herbicides and chemicals and preservatives and even non-foods that are, for the fast food, things like that, the body starts to become confused, right? And it starts to think, what am I doing? And how do I do this? And I'm not sure where to go now. And over time, it will send out these cellular signals, and we'll see those as pain, as brain fog, as a cluster of symptoms, which is disease, right? All of these things that we so many of us deal with. And if we take food back to basics and understand what it actually means, it really can change our relationship with it. And also it's that motivating factor that good, healthy food is going to get me where I need to be in my life. Because as we all know, we've got a lot of really big, cool things to do, and food just helps us do it.
Yes. For me, a lot of it is the way it makes me feel.
Yes.
So for me, in my experience, again, being in your 20s or being in your 50s, for me, what I was eating in my 20s, even though it wasn't always the best stuff that I put in my stomach or in my body all the time, which, by the way, we're not talking about that either. We're talking about balance and education and understanding what you're doing. And if you're someone that loves to eat healthy 600% of the time, good for you. If you're not, then at least take this and think about where you can implement changes. But for me, it was seeing the change in the way I felt. Mm-hmm. So the more that I recognized certain changes that I did in my diet or in the things that I chose to eat, I now had more energy. I now slept better. I now felt better. So I love that we kind of really relate it to who doesn't want to feel better, right, Nikki?
It's so true. And, our society is so stressed out. So there's the stress, and then there's the anxiety, and there's the depression. And then, of course, we go on to, GI junk and things that we're dealing with. And so often we're not taking it back to food. There are other factors as well, right? There's lots of stuff that can go on that can create this junk that we're dealing with. But eating well is like a foundational component, at least the best that we can, right? To building our body to feel well, to decrease the anxiety. Some foods can increase anxiety. Some
Been
supplements
there.
can
Sugar
increase.
for me.
Yeah.
Sugar for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so, understanding our own body as individuals is sort of the foundation of my practice. Is let's understand you, because you are not everybody else. We don't do diets, right?
No. Oh no, diets are made to fail. No.
Yeah, no, we don't count calories.
No, we're talking lifestyle and we're talking choices. I love that. I love that. I have to tell you, I think that those words are so powerful, way more than diet. So I love that you think that as well. So Nikki, take us through some of the things that those that are listening and watching can, because for me, it's all about awareness first, which you already said, be aware. Take me through some of the ways that those listening and watching can be more aware.
So often it's just about making small changes. And so specifically, I have a client who loves sugar. Sugar it's a chemical, right? It's kind of a drug. Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, I know. And that can be an epigenetic variant. So it's kind of built into who you are. I'm the same way. I did my labs like, that's great. Well, at least now I know, right? So the more information, the better. But she was eating these bars that she thought was healthy that were very, very not healthy, super problematic. So we went through that, and I said, what is it that you like? And she's like, well, at night I just have the sweet tooth. And sometimes that just means it's a chemical imbalance. But let's take it and let's find something that's sweet, that's good for you. So let's mix together raw honey, coconut oil, and maybe a little bit and some cacao nibs. And this was just a couple of days ago. Because it supports the gut, it's healthy fat, it's little chocolate's good for creating for the serotonin. And so these are all things that we can do just to switch it up a little bit and make what you already love, not make you miserable, but make it just where your body's going to utilize it. And
so you're giving your body what it's craving.
Yes.
We're not saying don't.
Right.
But try to find ways that are giving it what it actually needs instead of what you think that it's asking for.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. What a great example. You'll have to give me that little recipe afterwards because I'm going to try that now.
Yeah, I will. She was in heaven.
No, I'm seriously there. I'm there. I'm the sweet tooth when everything is quiet and I'm done with my day because I'm too dang busy during the day. And I'm very good about I've got to have my protein in all my meals and I've got to have my vegetables because my body craves it. And then sometimes my body will be like, I want red meat or I want chicken. I really have listened to my body, but then I want that sugar. And so those little tricks can be life-changing for the things that you're giving because you're giving yourself what you're craving. So because it's not fun not to have what you crave.
Yeah.
And you're giving your body what it really needs.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And that is a really good point that you're making too, which is something that another thing that I want to really create awareness around is listening. Our bodies are always talking to us. Our bodies are trying to protect us. Our bodies are, they want to live and they want to grow and all of these things. And so, when our body is yelling for something, it's usually not fake food or ibuprofen or antidepressants, right? Our body's telling us, I need you to step in here. I need your help. So if it's a craving or if it's a dysfunction, a symptom, it's the body saying, I need you to jump in here because there's something that I need help with. So
that's fair. That might be why sometimes I crave a hamburger or a steak.
Yes.
My body's, and I've noticed that, and just to connect it so people can understand, in the past, my blood work has shown that I've been iron deficient, and they're like, Galit, please take iron or fish oil or whatever it is when the doctor says that to me. And again, I'm just using that as an example. Everybody don't take this as something you should be doing. But okay, great. So now we're aware and we're finding different ways to give our body what it really needs versus what we think it's craving, what other ways is food really impacting everything in our life?
So it's so much about impacting who we are today, impacting our future. So
Okay.
yes, it's about how we feel today, our health today, but it has such an amazing impact on our future health. And so a lot of times, as we age, we just blame things on age symptoms. So I'm just getting
That's fair.
old. So why isn't it the stuff that we did that when we were younger? Why isn't it, that we didn't eat as well as we could have, and so it's creating this. Now these things can be reversed, right? So it's not laying blame,
Yeah.
but things
Aware.
it's an awareness, and things happen because there's dysfunction, because something in our history, and maybe it's even a trauma, right?
Sure.
So lifestyle it's food. Yes, food is huge, but lifestyle and all the things and the way we deal with life and trauma and the sleep that we get and the exercise that we get, all of these things are so important to our own future and our health. And for those of you, I know that this isn't everyone in your audience, but those of you who are looking to grow or expand your family, your health today has an impact on 7 generations. So hundreds of years of health that can be impacted by being as healthy as you possibly can as you are going through the process of preparing for pregnancy.
Well, you can even take that a step further and say, first of all, we have lots of women that are having grandbabies.
Yes.
And then also some women that are having their own babies or lots of moms.
Mm-hmm.
And so either way, it's going to be impacting that next generation, especially because so many of my friends right now are having grandbabies, which is so much fun. I'm so ready. And right. And what about you being around for that?
Yes.
So if you're not pregnant or you're not thinking of having babies, that's great. You've already done it or you don't want it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But what about being around for that?
Mhm.
So I know that I want to be around for as long as I can with my children's children. For me, that's such pleasure. I see my parents taking care of their health, so they're around for their great grandchildren, which will come soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important to recognize, like you said, it impacts everything, and it could. So I think that also ties into the future generations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a really great point. We want to make sure as best as we possibly can that we can do all of the things and that we can get up and get around. And for
Right.
myself, I don't want to have to depend on a walker,
Yes.
right? And nobody knows how long they're going to live. We have this world right now where everybody's living, trying to live longer, and it's this longevity, which is great, right? I mean, it's all about being healthy, the longevity stuff. But to me, it's more about the quality of the years that I have. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen when I walk out this door. But I know that I want to be able to live and to travel and to love and to move and to create and to grow and to share and to give all of these things for as long as I'm here.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. I love that so much. What are some of the other things that you do when you work with your clients? Aside from the great example that you gave, I know it's just one small thing where she said, I'm craving chocolate. And you said, okay, here you go. And it helped her craving. And it also gave her body what we thought it needed or what you thought it needed. What other ways are you working with your clients to help them recognize the importance of all of this?
So much of what I do, of course, it's based on the individual person and whatever it is that they're dealing with and what their goals are. So much of what I do, though, is I run functional lab testing. And so running functional lab testing, a little bit different than some of the conventional labs that we're used to, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It's allowing us to dig into the body to understand why it's functioning or why it's dysfunctioning.
Okay.
And we can look at that. So the things, we can look at infection and metals and mycotoxins, and I can go on, hormones, all of these things. And it helps us to start to put together all of these different pieces of the puzzle that then help us say, okay, this is who you are. This is what you're dealing with and what's going on. let's then create a protocol built around you and who you are and what your goals are, and start there, taking very methodical, very strategic steps based on what they can do, what they can handle mentally, emotionally, what they can handle physically, because that can be different, and start taking those baby steps forward. And it's all about root cause. What is happening at the root of the issue, finding out what that is so we can address that. Then the body can start to do all of what it knows it's supposed to do on its own. And we can step back and, and I'm sorry, the last thing is, this isn't stuff that is, a quickie, let's do this now and then it's all done.
It takes time for the healing. Yeah,
well,
you can repair.
Yeah, it's that, but it's also, it's for years. These are tools and information and things that
you can use for
learned for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Okay. So, going to the root cause, which I love that word. I always love when I hear that, because we don't want to band-aid things. We want to go to the root cause, and then putting together plans with you, working with you closely, so that way you guys can figure out together, once you know about the individual, what it is they personally need. And then I'm assuming that you put together a plan, and then you probably work with them to make sure that they're getting better or healing.
Yeah. My goal is to be their partner throughout the whole process. So I don't do let's get together and let's meet in another month, or let's meet in 2 months and you're on this, you're doing all of this on your own. I work with people side by side and work through the ups and the downs, because there are both, especially when we're dealing with some pretty chronic stuff. And we go through it together, and we redo labs when we need to, and we change supplements when we need to. We look at food when we need to. They're very simple things. For example, I put a client on a B vitamin, a B complex vitamin. She was like, I have this crazy anxiety. Well, what does that tell me? It tells me that she has some variants that don't like the vitamin that I put her on. Took her off and it went away. And so there are things that we have to understand.
Some adjustments. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes complete sense, because you're trying to do it. And then if it doesn't work, because some people react to things differently. So there isn't a one quick fix. And then there's also a time period where you need to keep at it, and then probably check again and follow up, and so on and so forth. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Will you share with everybody how they can get a hold of you, how they can learn more about working with you?
Yeah. So it's pretty simple. I'm Taste Life Nutrition everywhere. So the website, all of the social media. I try to be pretty consistent with my social media.
Taste Life Nutrition.
Taste Life Nutrition. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So they can find you on social media. And then is there a website or somewhere that they can contact you?
Yeah. So I'm just, the website has all of my contact information, and it's got a contact form in it. So it's just
taste.com.
Yep.
Easy. Oh, I love easy. It makes it so easy. Nikki, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us your expertise. And I really do agree that what you eat affects everything. It impacts everything. It affects everything. It was really great to talk to you and learn a little bit more about some of the things that we can be doing, as well as the things that you do and help your clients with. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you allowing me to come on. It's so fun.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody for watching and listening to another episode of the Successful Women's Meet TV show. My name is Galit Ventura Rozen, and I'll see you next time. Bye.